Good afternoon. My name is Carl Francis. I am the principal at Greely High School. On behalf of MSAD 51, I would like to welcome you all to 145th Annual Commencement Exercises, celebrating the class of 2025. And now, would you please rise and welcome members of the Greely staff and the Greely High School graduating class of 2025.
My name is Violet Armstrong, and it is my pleasure to serve as MC and welcome you all to the Greely Class of 2025's commencement exercises. Before we get started today, I would like to point out that there are restrooms available in the field house. If at any time you need assistance, please ask an usher or any of the public service personnel who are here with us today. As a reminder, we have a professional photographer in place, so we ask that you not leave your seat to take pictures during the ceremony. Finally, please make sure that you have silenced your cell phones and are not blocking the view of people behind you at any time, and refrain from any use of alcohol, tobacco, or other drugs on school grounds this afternoon. Fiona MacArthur will now deliver the official welcome to this afternoon's graduation ceremony.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Fiona MacArthur, and I am so happy to welcome all of you, family, friends, classmates, honored guests, teachers, and staff, to the graduation of the class of 2025. Today is important. It marks a milestone in our lives. For many of us, our journey began at the Mabel I. Wilson School in the fall of 2012. Throughout our elementary, middle, and high school years, students joined, left our district, but the heart of our class has remained the same. We have been preparing for this day for 13 years, and upon taking the final step toward completing our high school education, we are ready to begin the next chapter beyond Greely's halls. We share this day's excitement with our family and friends, for without their love and support, we would not be where we are today. We would also like to acknowledge all the teachers, support staff, secretaries, custodians, food service staff, and bus drivers from our entire MS80 51 campus who have played a role in getting us to this moment. I speak for the entire class of 2025 when I say we appreciate and thank you all more than you know. Without further ado, welcome to graduation.
Riley Record, Diego Rico, and Isaiah Axelson will now lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, immediately followed by Lily Pollock, Marina Emery, Christopher Gilbert, Emmeline Kraft, and Andrew Perfetti singing the national anthem, signed in ASL by Rin Desmond, Eva Dews, and Emma Canuti. Please rise.
Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free? 'Tis the land of the free, 'tis the land of the free. 'Tis the land of the free, 'tis the land of the free. 'Tis the land of the free, 'tis the land of the free. 'Tis the land of the free, 'tis the land of the free. 'Tis the land of the free, 'tis the land of the free. 'Tis the land of the free, 'tis the land of the free. 'Tis the land of the free, 'tis the land of the free. 'Tis the land of the free, 'tis the land of the free. 'Tis the land of the free, 'tis the land of the free. 'Tis the land of the free, 'tis the land of the free. 'Tis the land of the free, 'tis the land of the free. 'Tis the land of the free, 'tis the land of the free. 'Tis the land of the free, 'tis the land of the free. 'Tis the land of the free, 'tis the land of the free. 'Tis the land of the free, 'tis the land of the free. 'Tis the land of the free, 'tis the land of the free. 'Tis the land of the
Thank you all for that wonderful performance. Next, we welcome Superintendent Jeff Porter to the podium.
Wow, what a great afternoon for a celebration. Good afternoon. Welcome to Greely's 145th commencement program. This ceremony this afternoon is steeped in tradition. It has been a source of pride since the first class of Greely graduated 6 students back in 1880. In fact, the original Greely Institute building still stands on these grounds right behind us. And members of the Greely class of 2025 are now the heirs to this great tradition and about to become its most recent alum. Class of 2025, you've worked hard for this day, and in tribute to you, I offer a couple of important and solemn comments. Knock, knock. Gladys. Aren't you glad it's graduation day? See, Mrs. Hayes is not the only one who knows how to tell a good graduation joke. I've got one more. What did the swordfish say to the marlin? Looking sharp. You're all looking sharp, class of 2025. And for those of you on the field, if you suddenly think you need a refund, we don't issue them. You can talk to your graduate afterwards. In all seriousness, today we mark a solemn and important day in celebrating the occasion of graduation. The students behind me have worked very hard. They are a very talented class. Their futures are indeed very bright. And parents, family members, you have also been part of this journey. This is also your day. You know, I found that the world has a lot to say about success and what success is and isn't. Get ahead in life. Take what is yours. Don't let anyone or anything get in your way. Win at all costs. Be a champ. Leave your mark. These are all the telltale signs of the so-called worldly success that most of us live by and mostly endure. The problem is that we live in a world that has fallen, and in a world that more often prefers building walls rather than extending bridges. One in which the flaws of humanity, the very flaws within each one of us, blinds us to the brokenness of those who are around us, and ultimately to the frailty of our own human condition. 2,000 years ago, a woman who had fallen short of everybody's expectations, including her own, was condemned for her sins. Her accusers surrounded her. The law was clear. Her fate was sealed. Until the one, kneeling on the ground, quietly scrawling in the dirt, suddenly spoke. Let he who is without sin amongst you cast the first stone. One by one, her persecutors silently fell away, because no one can claim innocence in this world. For each one knew that they had fallen short, as each one of us has surely done. The late Pope Francis once observed this: a little bit of mercy makes the world just a bit less cold and a lot more just. The bonds we share with humanity are so much more similar than they are different. Following one of the most dangerous moments in human history, not just American history, the Cuban Missile Crisis, President John F. Kennedy had this to say: our most basic common link is that we all inhabit this very small planet. We all breathe the same air. We all cherish our children's future, and we are all mortal. Finally, class of 2025, never forget where you've come from. This very place These very people, this very time, will always be part of who you are. I leave you with these lyrics from the song Castle on the Hill. I'm on my way. I still remember those old country lanes when we did not know all of the answers, and I found my heart. I broke it here. I made friends and lost them through the years, and I've not seen the roaring fields in so long. I know I've grown, but I can't wait to go home. I cannot wait to go home. This will always be your home. These will always be your roots. Best wishes and congratulations, class of 2025.
Thank you, Mr. Porter, for those heartfelt words. At this time, I would like to invite Dominic Millette, Emmeline Kraft, Josh Justice, Emma Silver, Liam Kuehl, Tacey Dugan, and Jordan Kuehl to the podium to present the senior gift.
Good afternoon. We would like to start by thanking teachers, staff, families, and everyone here for supporting us through these past 4 years. While today is about moving on, it's also about what we leave behind. As a class, we wanted to give something back to the school that gave so much to us. The class of 2025 would like to leave Greely with a gift we are calling the Orchard Project. We wanted our gift to be something students and staff can use and enjoy every day. It's our way of giving back something that lasts.
The Orchard Project is a space that will provide a habitat for numerous native species and improve biodiversity on campus, helping offset the environmental impacts of the new construction coming to the district. In this project, new trees will be planted and benches will be placed beneath them. It'll be a calm, green area where people can sit, eat lunch, have a conversation, teach a class, study, or just relax.
This project will be completed in several phases. First, outside the Greely Institute building, seniors will join Retree Us to plant trees. In the fall, Don Foster and Kevin Foster will add benches. Finally, the district will create new sidewalks as they complete the One Campus work in late 2025 and early 2026.
This gift is not just trees and benches. It means a lot more than that. Trees grow, bend, and adapt. That's kind of what high school was like for us. It wasn't always easy, but we made it, and now we're planting something that represents that journey.
Most of our favorite memories didn't happen in the classrooms. They happened in between, in passing periods, in conversations we never expected to remember, and in the moments of togetherness. That's what this gift is for. Not solely for beauty or shade, but for connection. We hope future students will feel that when experiencing this gift.
We want to give a special thanks to Senora Giuliano and the entire Ecological Design and Gardening Club. This would not be possible without you. We would also like to extend thanks to our advisor, Ms. Perkinson, Mr. Foster, Mr. Francis, Mr. Lamar Vincent, MS80 51 Facilities, Pat Carroll and Associates, Retree Us, and to all of the volunteers who will be planting the trees on June 3rd.
We would also like to thank our peers and our families as you helped us grow. We hope this orchard gives back to you too. This project is about roots. We are leaving ours here, even as we go off in different directions. We hope you enjoy the Orchard Project. On behalf of the class of 2025, we hope this space becomes a place for stories, stillness, and shade. A reminder that growth doesn't stop after graduation, that we all start small, and if we're lucky, we keep growing. Thank you.
Thank you all so much. This will have such a positive impact on our school for years to come. We will now begin senior speeches. Our first speaker this afternoon is Bezabe Mendelson, sharing his speech entitled, Never Forget Your Roots.
Good afternoon, family, friends, faculty, and most importantly, my fellow graduates. Today we are standing at the beginning of a new chapter. It's a day of excitement, rejoicing, and a little fear of the unknown. However, before we move forward, I'd like to take a moment to reflect on something deeply important to me. Something I hope we all carry with us in the future, and that is the importance of never forgetting where we come from. My journey to where I stand here today started 6,807 miles away in a small town called Shuko, Ethiopia. I was born into an impoverished family in a place where opportunities were scarce. At just 4 months old, I was adopted and brought to a new home, but I never forgot where I came from. Last February, I had the chance to visit again, and I saw firsthand how life there wasn't easy. It was a place where hardships were the norm, but it taught me valuable lessons. Lessons about perseverance, gratitude, and the power of community. Coming to the school in a place that may have felt unfamiliar then wasn't just a change in location. It was a full transformation. We all had moments of doubt, challenges, and times when we questioned whether we truly belonged. But in these hallways, on these fields, and in these classrooms, we did find something. We found people who believed in us. It's true. Look around. We found teammates who became like family, classmates who became lifelong friends, teachers who saw our potential before we saw it in ourselves, and coaches who pushed us beyond our limits. And as we are here today, on this milestone, I would like to remind you that this moment isn't just about individual success. It's about all of us. Each and every one of you sitting here today has played a role in someone else's journey. My family has had the biggest impact on my journey. Being born with tuberculosis, I was in desperate need of quality health care. They are the ones who stepped up and adopted me. Without them, I may not have been here speaking with you today. And so whether you realize it or not, your words, kindness, and support have lifted someone when they needed it the most. We have carried each other through late night study sessions, tough practices, personal struggles, and times of uncertainty. And throughout all this, the many friendships we've built, the many lessons we've learned, the many memories we've created are things that will last far beyond today. No matter where life takes you, whether it's to a new city, a different country, or a path you never planned for, never forget the foundation that shaped you. Not only are the people, places, and experiences of your past memories, but they're the roots that ground you. For me, that means always carrying my family in Ethiopia in my heart. Living in a wealthy town, it's easy to get caught up in comfort and convenience. But thinking of where I come from keeps me humble. It reminds me of the sacrifices my family made and the values they instilled in me. In moments of struggle, their love and support give me the courage to push forward. And I know I'm not alone on this. We all have roots, whether it's family, friends, or a community that shaped us. No matter how far we go, let those roots remind us of who we are. In moments of success, let them keep us humble, and in moments of struggle, let them give us strength. And when you meet new people and face new challenges, let them be a reminder of where you started and how far you have come. All these people, our classmates, teammates, teachers, and coaches, have become a part of our story. They have shaped us, supported us, and given us a reason to never forget where we came from. For me, I will always remember where I came from, Chuko, Ethiopia. I always carry with me my family's sacrifices, the hardships that made me stronger, and the people here who would become a second family. And I hope that no matter where life takes you, you will also hold on to the people and experiences that made you who you are. So, as we step into the next chapter of our lives, let's never forget where we come from. Never be ashamed of who we are. Our experiences, struggles, and roots shape the unique voices we bring to the world. Every single one of us here carries a story no one else can tell, a perspective no one else can offer. If we lose sight of that, we risk losing the distinct essence of who we are. So as we chase our dreams and welcome new possibilities, let us carry our roots with pride, using them to shape a future where our voices matter, our stories inspire, and our journeys continue to enlighten. Congratulations, class of 2025. Thank you.
Thank you, Bez, for that moving speech. Now we will have Josh Justice presenting his speech, What Lives On.
Good afternoon. On April 14th, 2003, at a laboratory in Houston, Texas, a scientist scribbled a number onto a blank sheet of paper. That number was the culmination of more than 13 years of work done by thousands of researchers across the planet. It read 3,054,832,799. It represented the number of pairs of DNA that are in each one of our cells, making every one of us the person we are. While the discovery of this number was the end goal of what was called the Genome Project, it also allowed researchers to figure something else out. It told them that if you take every combination of DNA, rearranging it to make a viable human being, the number of people that could ever exist is roughly 1 to the 200th power. That's a 1 with 200 zeros after it. This means that there are more possible humans than there are atoms in the observable universe, and more possible humans than the number of grains of sand on 100 trillion Earths. If we compare that massive number to the 110 billion people that have ever existed throughout history, the odds that you are sitting here with air in your lungs and blood in your veins is so statistically small that it's virtually indistinguishable from zero. So why am I telling you this at graduation? It's because the people sitting behind me are here against unthinkable odds and are left to figure out what to do with their time on Earth. Knowing the pressure that you feel having to face this challenge, I'll share a secret about what's going on in our heads. Whether consciously or not, almost all of the decisions that we have made as students boils down to just 2 words: purpose and success. We've all spent hours thinking about what we are meant to do and what our calling is. But figuring out what we want to do is just half the equation. We also have to figure out how to set ourselves up to be good at what we do. These are questions which humans have struggled with since our species has existed, and we still often come up short with determining the meaning of life and answering what is my purpose. However, I believe the challenge lies in the lens through which we look at the question itself. We always ask ourselves, what is my purpose and what is my reason for waking up in the morning? While these questions are important, I would argue that my purpose doesn't have anything to do with me at all. To show you what I'm talking about, I'll share a story. This time last year, I was sitting at a funeral home in Belpre, Ohio, at a service for my grandfather. He was 95 when he passed away, so we were unsure of how many people were going to show up since many of his friends had already died. However, in the hours leading up to the funeral, hundreds of people streamed through the doors, eventually filling the entire room. Going around and talking to these people, my father and I realized that we hadn't seen many of the attendees in years or had ever even met them before. Despite this, each one brought a memory of an interaction that they shared with my grandfather, a compliment, a piece of advice, a friendship, or a bond, fueling their desire to mourn my grandfather even after decades might have passed since they last saw him. People showed up because my grandfather impacted the person they became. Even though he was gone, there were fragments of him scattered all across that room, hidden within people. Seeing this, my father was moved and decided to go up to the podium once the pastor had finished giving his eulogy. He said, "If you measure someone's success by how many lives they've impacted, then I'd say my dad was a pretty successful man." At the end of his life, what defined my grandfather was not how much money he made, the degree he acquired, or the position he reached at a company. Those things died with him. It was the culmination of impacts and relationships he had with people that lived on. So when it comes to purpose and the future of the students in this graduating class, I think it's important to take a step back and reflect on what it really means to be successful. If we're always looking into the future and anticipating a degree, a job, or a salary to give us meaning, we lose track of the present and miss that what ends up defining us might be happening right now. When thinking about what's next, yes, make decisions that set you up for financial success, but don't let that be your purpose in life. As you go into whatever lies ahead and beyond, take advantage of the fact that you won a chance to exist against unimaginable odds. Chase the relationships, the bonds with other people, and the once-in-a-lifetime adventures that let you experience being a human being to the fullest. Those are the parts of you that live on. Thank you.
Thank you, Josh, for that fascinating speech. Sam Anania will now give his speech, Be a Duck.
Good afternoon. Did you know that ducks use their feathers to protect themselves from the environment? They produce natural oils that coat their feathers, making them waterproof. So when it rains or when they are swimming, the water doesn't soak in, it simply rolls right off. 8 years ago, I moved from Portland to Cumberland, and I remember Step Up Day vividly. I walked into a new school, stomach in knots, heart pounding, and absolutely terrified to ask where the classroom was. Eventually, I found the right door and met a warm and smiling teacher who made me feel like maybe, just maybe, I could belong here. But just as I began to feel comfortable, the principal walked in and called my name. There had been a mistake. I was in the wrong class. All eyes turned toward me. The comfort I just found vanished, and I was once again the new kid in a room full of strangers. I held back tears all day, and they didn't fall until I walked through the door at home. After I calmed down, my mom gave me a big hug and said something I never forgot. "Sam, I'm proud of you for being brave, and remember, you just need to be a duck. Let it roll right off your feathers." At the time, I didn't fully understand what she meant, but those words stayed with me. 5 years later, during my freshman year of high school, my brother was hospitalized with a rare health condition. He spent 8 weeks in the hospital, and it was one of the most difficult times of my life. I was home alone often, buried in schoolwork, and the worst part, I was filled with fear. I felt helpless, like everything was falling apart. One evening, my mom came home from the hospital, saw how anxious I was, and gave me another one of her big hugs. Once again, she said, "Be a duck. Let it roll off your feathers." This time I understood. She was teaching me that I didn't have to carry what I could not control, and to let go of some of the fear, stress, and things that didn't deserve my energy. She reminded me that when life gets messy, I have the strength in me to stay grounded, rise above, and keep moving forward. And if you're wondering, my brother's doing okay now. And that brings me to my senior year. I've played soccer my entire life. My junior year, I was on JV, but I knew that as a senior, I'd have an automatic spot on varsity. What I didn't know, however, was whether or not I would actually play. I faced the choice, quit or stay on the team, with the uncertainty of not seeing any playing time. At that moment, I realized I had to be a Duck and let the worries and what-ifs of not playing roll off my feathers. I chose to stay because I loved the game and my teammates, and guess what? Our hard work paid off because for the first time in 11 years, we became the state champs. Shout out to the boys on the team. Each of us are here today because we've had similar experiences during our lives. These moments and decisions, which vary in relativity, ultimately shape who we are. We are a class of individuals with unique talents, personalities, experiences, beliefs, and dreams. Together, we've grown into extraordinary students, athletes, musicians, artists, actors, and leaders. But more than anything, we've become a community that is strong, supportive, and resilient. As we prepare to step into the next chapter of our lives, our paths will begin to diverge. Some of us will enter the workforce, others will take a gap year, and many will continue their education through college or trade school. Wherever we go, one thing is certain. We will face challenges. Life will rain on us, sometimes a drizzle and sometimes a storm. But in these rainy moments, I hope you remember 3 things. 1, the hard stuff doesn't last forever. It's just a moment, not your whole story. 2, you don't have to do this alone. Your people, your family, your friends are here. Lean on them. 3, and most of all, let the noise, the pressure, 3, and most of all, be a duck. Let the noise, the pressure, the things you can't control roll right off. Stay grounded and keep moving forward. Congratulations, class of 2025. We did it, and the best is yet to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam, for those memorable remarks. Finally, Mia Stewart will share her speech as I am.
Not that tall. Good afternoon. I'm beyond honored to be speaking before you today, and even more honored to be a part of this truly special graduating class. I had a million ideas when I sat down to write this speech. There were so many things I wanted to say to this class and all of you who are here to celebrate with us. Recently, I've been thinking a lot about a younger version of myself and wondering what she would think of everything I've worked for, everything I've accomplished, and everything I have planned for the future. I was a confident kid. I always wore crazy outfits. I was unapologetically happy and loud and excited and kind, and I didn't have a care in the world. Until one day, someone commented on my birthmark, and for a very long time, I was insecure about it. It was the first time I had felt unsure of myself. Then it got worse, and people would tell me that it was weird I had a mark, that it looked like a bruise, that someone splatter painted on my face, that I was different. When I was 11, I cut a random chunk of hair in front of my face to cover it up, because if I could hide it, people wouldn't be able to comment on it, they wouldn't be able to make fun of me for it, and I wouldn't look so different. I never stopped to ask myself what I thought of my birthmark. People made fun of it for so long that I genuinely thought that I should hate it, that I should cover it up, that I shouldn't stand out, that I shouldn't be different. I was living based on other people's opinions and letting other people have power over my emotions and my decisions, whether they knew it or not. I realized how much I was relying on validation from other people to determine my worth. I was living a life that was not my own. I remember standing in front of my mirror, staring at my face, my body, and critiquing every single thing that I could find that I didn't like or didn't look how I wanted it to. Freckles, stretch marks, scars, rolls, acne, cellulite, my birthmark. And every little thing that wasn't totally perfect. And in that moment, I finally stopped and thought, what am I doing? I still struggle with that sometimes, but that's okay, I'm human. We're allowed to make mistakes, we're allowed to overthink, we're allowed to be wrong, and we're going to do all of those things, but we cannot let them have power. Mistakes help us learn, overthinking keeps us empathetic, and being wrong allows us to try something different, to try something new, to be better next time. All of our flaws allow us to grow. This is the only body I have. This is the only life that we live. I am the only person who will ever live every moment of my life, and I know that sounds obvious, but I want you to think about it. No one will ever know every single thing that happens to you, that you experience, and that you live through. And so there are only two people whose opinion should ever matter to you. And it's not your parents, it's not your mentors, it's not your coaches, and it's not your friends. It's just two. The 8-year-old you, full of dreams, and the 80-year-old you, full of memories. Both are watching you now. The child you once were is still inside of you, filled with hope and wonder, waiting to see if you'll chase the dreams they once believed in. And then there's the older you, the one who's lived through it all and knows how quickly time passes. They don't care about success the way the world does. They just want to see you try, to be brave enough to go after what truly makes you happy. They don't care about the achievements or what others think. They just want you to slow down, cherish the small moments, love deeply, laugh freely, and fully embrace the life that you have today. Because those moments, like this one, are fleeting. Because in the end, and in this new beginning, it's never about being perfect. It's about making your younger self proud and giving your older self peace. I wish I could tell that little girl who was insecure about her birthmark that it's beautiful and unique. I wish I could tell her that it's okay to love the color pink, that it's really cool to be smart, and that she's going to do everything that she dreams of. Life might throw her a curveball here and there, but she's gonna hit it out of the park. I know I would have made her proud. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2025.
Thank you, Mia, for your inspiring speech. And now, please welcome Principal Carl Francis to address the class of 2025.
What a wonderful year, an incredible week, and a momentous day. Today, 142 students will enter the next chapter of their lives, and it is my great honor to celebrate with them this afternoon. Welcome, students, families, friends. Welcome, educators, staff, and the community. We have made it. We have made it. Today we gather for the 2025 Greely High School graduation and commencement ceremony. Thank you, Senior Class Advisor Heather Perkinson. Thank you, Graduation Coordinator Sarah Bailey. Event Support Planner Joanna Foster. Committee Member Melissa Fowler. Thank you, Don Foster. Custodians, maintenance and ground crews, your attention to detail and preparation are truly, truly appreciated. A huge and heartfelt thank you Thank you, parents and guardians. Thank you, mentors, volunteers. Thank you, GHS support staff and food service workers. Thank you, Don Gray, Jackie Hayes, Julie Olson, Mari Treblecock, Scott Poulin, David Shapiro, Carla Fancy, Fran Prentice. Thank you, School Resource Officer Tony Kluke. Thank you, Jen Stewart, Heather Aftis, Project Graduation 2025 Committee. Thank you for funding and planning another incredible and safe celebration for our seniors. Thank you, Mr. Porter, Leanne Candora, MSAD 51 School Board. Thank you, Greely High School educators. Your unwavering support and passion for students, academic success, and Greely High School is extraordinary. Your impact on the students sitting before us is significant, and that should not be underestimated. The knowledge you have taught them will foster successful careers, and the relationships that you have built with them will last a lifetime. Thank you, thank you, thank you, GHS administrators, teachers, counselors, support staff. You are the foundational strength of our school and an incredible resource to our community. Class of 2025 students. In 1868, over 150 years ago, Mr. Eli Greely dreamed of a school for his community. In July of 1953, the town of Cumberland voted to establish a free school named Greely High School. That day was monumental to this town. From what I am told, on that momentous day, the bell in the Institute Tower rang for hours in celebration. Cool, huh? For you? Today, this day, is equally as important for this community. Today, Mr. Greely would be so proud. And today, we are so proud, and we celebrate you. We celebrate your academic achievement. We celebrate who you are and what amazing people you have become. We are proud of what you've accomplished. We hold high expectations for you. And you have earned the right to say that you have graduated from Greely High School. This moment matters. A Greely High School diploma matters. It will provide you with an incredible foundation to explore, pursue, and excel in whatever lies ahead of you. A former graduate once told me, graduating from Greely High School is something that no one can take away from you. She elaborated by saying, Greely is a part of all of us. You are all important to this community. You are our future. Linwood Crandall, principal of Greely Institute School in 1949, stated that it was time to look to the heroes of World War II for inspiration as our mascot. He asked for Greely Rangers to lead the way. What does that mean to you? To me, it means, will I challenge myself to prioritize kindness toward others? Do I allow myself to feel uncomfortable and stand strong to follow my inherent beliefs, even if it is unpopular to the people around me? Am I able to make the tough decisions and react when others are unable to? Have I dedicated the time to be the best person and citizen that I can be? Principal Crandall saw that in his Greely students in 1949, and I see it in you today. Well, to be honest, you have, challenged me at times. You've pushed the limits and slightly beyond. Even tested the boundaries of independence. Let's look at that as a growing and learning experience. Ultimately, we worked through those moments together, didn't we? And I believe that we're a little more enlightened, perhaps even a little stronger. Certainly a handful at times, but without a doubt, a lot of fun. I'm happy to have shared this time with you. You have represented Greely High School and yourselves honorably. I see that you have empathy, the confidence, and the skills. Your future, your life, your goals are in front of you. In 1968, Mr. Greely asked for this community and students to appreciate and make the most of this educational opportunity. 80 years later, Mr. Crandall took it to the step further, asking you to take action and lead. Today, I am asking you to be self-aware and self-reflective. Be aware of who you are and what you do. Be aware of the impact that you have on others. Be a steward of this community and a steward of this planet. Take immediate and sustainable action and make this world a better place. Find value in inquiry. Find value in mutual respect. Find value in knowledge as power. Reach for excellence. Cultivate your curiosity. Maintain your resolve. Your time at Greely High School is important. You've worked hard. You've faced challenges. And you've grown in ways you might not even realize yet. High school has been a whirlwind of experiences, friendships, and learning. Carry this place with you. The life lessons you've learned and how it felt to support others. Carry with you what it felt like to walk these halls, to wear a maroon and white jersey and fight with all that you have for your team, to sing and play and perform with your whole heart exposed to your community. Carry with you the memory of this day, the sky, the sounds, your friends that sit beside you. These days are important. Look back upon them. They will guide you. Be brave, be genuine, be yourself. Lead the way. Greely High School students, we are strong because of you. You are all exceptional. I am proud to stand before you today. I am grateful to have experienced it with you. I wish you well toward a happy and fulfilling life. Congratulations, class of 2025. Thank you. Now, you say it. You say
Oh. Sorry, give me one moment. Okay. The Greely High School class of 2025 will now officially graduate with diplomas conferred by Greely High School Principal Carl Francis, MS 80 51 Superintendent Jeff Porter, and MS 80 51 School Board Chair Leanne Candora. Ms. Perkinson, advisor to the class of 2025, will read the names of the graduates.
Luke Bracey. Tacey Elizabeth Dugan. Sophia Duina. Emmeline Margaret May Griswold Kraft. Marina Emery. Christopher Gilbert. Andrew Perfetti. Lily Faith Pollock. Vigola Badenhop Walsh. Jenna Lynn Kerrigan. Andrew David Flanders. Andrew Christopher Bilodeau. Violet Sumarta Shanti Rusoff Armstrong. Fiona Lynn MacArthur. Diego Xavier Rico. Riley Lynn Record. Isaiah Anthony Axelson. Bezabe Patrick Mendelson. Joshua Levi Justice. Samuel Chamberlain Anania. Mia Shea Stewart. Jacqueline Rose Franklin. Broden Gifford. Alexander Robert Wharton. Magdalena Hannah Wilder. Catherine Rose Desmond. Eva Duveen Dews. Emma Ivalani Knuti. Marie-Therese Elena Amusuganu. Lucia Perina Axelson. Corinna Erin Beecham. Cecilia Susan Berthium. Luca Bianchi. Isabel Bickford. Audrey Maria Bilodeau. Maxine Orlean Spratmiller. Evan Brown. Grace Elizabeth Belanger. Luca Alton Chinquette. Jordan May Cool. William Cool. Dominic Anthony Millette. Benjamin Lowe McCarran. Owen Martin Stewart. Emma Lee Silver. Asa J. Jafune. Lauren Emily Burrell. Rosemary Grace Borrow. River Mila Buxton. Jack Andrew Chiazzo. Kyle S. Casey. Jack Edmund Molesky. Luca David Simino. Alden John Collins. Allison Carolyn Cook. Jude Cook. Beatrice Elizabeth Craig. Finn Joseph Craven. Toby Crew Viget. Wesley Brent Crossman. Zachary Doan. Maya Zem Douglas. Jonas DeBrennick. Isaiah R. Dunphy. Owen Durfee. Jane Margaret Flynn. Max Flynn. Aaron Gage. Alexandra Hope Galbraith. Allison K. Goldberg. Rylan Charles Haight. Seth Blanchard and Air. Emma Catherine Hallen. Matthew Hutnick. Madeline Hall. Caroline Hansen. Hayden Sheehan Harkett. Nuala Maureen Hoagland. Gwendolyn Brierly Haynes. Eve Alexandra Hine. Emma Katuzny. Molly Rose Katz. Elsa Louise Knowles. Christopher George King. Kai Thatcher LaMarche. Abigail Kathleen Lennox. Christopher Thomas Livingston. Kylie Shea Lord. Nicholas Joseph Leiden. Jackson Shane Lyon. Liam Martin Magoon. Anna Natalia Mancini. Anya Iris Martell. Ezra Michael McDuffie. Sullivan Michael McFarland. Ethan James Mishu. Alexander James John Mendoza. Liam Connor Lowell. William Dower Hazard. Cade James Ippolito. Cora Alice Moore. Eleanor Astrid Moody. Jack Emerson Munns. Declan Nichols. Tristan Shadeen Nichols. Luke O'Connor. Noah Pardue. Evan Arthur Perzo. Molly Ann Partridge. Owen James Partridge. Hayden Crawford Petrie. Andrew Joseph Paget. Angus Perry. Owen Mark Pyzik. Wesley Piper. Adriana Lynn Pippin. Brogan J. Raftis. James Parker Redpath. Dylan Michael Rickards. Jacob Carl Riolo. Mason R. Rogers. Grace Rose. Colin Porter Saunders. Eden Rose Saylor. Ryan Michael Seymour. Rin Faith Shapiro. Natalie Skillen. Liam James Small. Lincoln Benjamin Smith. Wyatt Daniel Susi. Elizabeth Marie Sproul. Audrey Jean Surratt. Colin Christopher Toothaker. Maya Mary Vickerson. Peyton Audrey Brown. Allie Brooks. Good job. Quinn Phillip Wells. August Bonnie B. Webster. Keeler Vogt. Carter Thomas Wilson. Greer Miriam Wright. Isabel Sophia Amelia Wright.
Would the senior class officers please come forward to lead the class in the turning of the tassel? I'd like to introduce to you the class of 2025. Congratulations.